guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to bring you along on a few excursions and fun things to do here in Valencia. I feel like a lot of people will relate when I say that once you start living and working and having your own routine in your city, you don't really get motivated to go explore because you think, I'll go see that one day, I'll come across that eventually. But then it's months later and you realize you haven't actually done the things you want to do. So this week, I'm jam-packing it with tourist excursions that I'm bringing you guys along. Whether you've been to Valencia before or you want to visit one day, I just want to bring you guys along to some fun things we could do. So today we're going to start off with a super fun excursion, which is a catamaran at the marina. This catamaran includes lunch with a paella. We're going to be able to swim in the water, and I just cannot wait to bring you guys along. I booked this excursion through Get Your Guide, which I'm going to link down below because I do have a storefront of my favorite activities that I've booked on Get Your Guide. And this video is not sponsored by them, but as you guys know, I've traveled quite a bit and have done some fun stuff, so I left all those recommendations in the link down below if you guys want to check that out. I'm about to go head off and meet up with my friend at the marina, but first, a word from today's sponsor. Hey guys, if you're new here, I'm an American girl living in Valencia, Spain, and a question that I get asked all the time is how do you stay connected when you travel? Because yes, though I live in Spain right now, I'm often hopping around Europe and beyond, and my not so secret is Airalo eSIM. This isn't the first time I talk about Airalo because it's seriously changed the way I travel. When you live abroad, you're kind of always on the move. Between weekend trips, spontaneous getaways, and visiting my family back in the US, I needed to find a solution to have reliable data everywhere I go, without having to switch SIM cards or paying crazy roaming fees. Airalo is an app that gives you access to mobile data in over 200 countries and regions. All you have to do is download the app, find which eSIM is best for you, install it on your phone, and you're good to go whenever you land at your next destination. I've spoken about Airalo before because I use it every time I leave Spain. I've used Airalo in Canada while I was on the ship, in Italy when I was building a villa, London when I was visiting my best friends, in Paris while exploring a new city in a language I don't know, and every single time the setup took less than 5 minutes, no stress, no language barriers, and no running around looking for eSIMs at the airport. What I love the most is you can buy and install the eSIM before you land. You only have to pay for what you need. It's the most affordable option I've found. It's all in one app, which makes it super easy to use, and it's worked everywhere I've gone so far. Now that I live in Europe, it's honestly a must-have for anyone who travels regularly. I've actually recently started using Airalo's Discover Plus eSIM, which is even better for longer trips and frequent travelers. It gives you calls, texts, and data in 137 countries. It lasts for 365 days, and you're even able to keep your regular phone number all in one install. So whether you're moving abroad, traveling for a few weeks, or you just want to skip the roaming charges for good, I highly suggest downloading the Airalo app. You can even use the code kristine3 for $3 off your first eSIM purchase, and I'll put that link down below so you guys can check that out if you want. And again, that's Airalo, and the code is kristine3 if you want to stay connected the second that you land. Happy travels, and as we say here in Spain, buen viaje. Let's get back to the video and explore Valencia. We're here on the boat now. It is so nice, this breeze. Like I can tan all day because this breeze is keeping me so cool, but it's gorgeous and I'm so excited to swim and get in the water. Rated out of 10.
I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10.
I would say the same.
Food was much better than expected. I got some big waves, maybe too big.
Yeah.
Nice breeze, great weather.
I just didn't see any fish.
No fish.
And I wish we swam before we ate.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But had a great time overall. Good morning. It's day 2 of excursions. Yesterday we did the boat ride and it was so much fun. I was sunned, waved out. I don't even know if that's a saying. Once I got off that boat, I was so exhausted, but in the best possible feeling. You know, that post-beach shower sleep hit so hard. I love that experience so much. Today we're going to explore around the city with a bike tour by Hotspot Tours in Valencia. This is one of the classic experiences to do if you're visiting Valencia, and I've only really ridden my bike around the park. I've yet to ride a bike around the city and see all the famous spots around Valencia and maybe learn something new or see some places I've never seen before. I'm just so excited. So let's go meet up and start the bike tour, and I'm going to bring you guys along. Oop, here we go. Let's do this bike tour. We started off all meeting up and riding around Rusafa, which is one of my favorite areas actually in Valencia. We've made it to the Mercado de Rusafa. So we're stopped here on the bikes. Having so much fun. I've never ridden a bike around the city, so here we go. The reason I was kind of nervous was because there are clear bike lanes, but sometimes the bike lanes just end, so you have to go in the street. It was just kind of scary. But anyways, we ended up in Mercado Colón, and here they have little markets, they have cafes, bars, restaurants, that sort of thing. It's a super cute spot to visit when you're in Valencia. Then we rode around even more. They gave us some fartons con horchata, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of horchata, so take my review with a grain of salt. What do you think? Rate it out of 10?
I'll give it a 7.
I'd rate it like a 5. I'm not the biggest fan. It's just so sweet. Marilyn was our amazing tour guide today, and she took us to Jardín de Montfort, which I had never seen before. She called it Little Tuscany, and that's exactly what it felt like. It was so aesthetically gorgeous. This is known as Little Tuscany, she said. There were some old couples painting in the park, which was just the cutest thing. It was so wholesome. Loved it. Highly recommend. I feel like I need to come back here and actually soak it all up. It's a super cute spot for a walk or maybe a journal, reading a book. I just thought it was the cutest spot. Then we rode around some more and ended up in the Ciudad de las Artes, which is one of my favorite spots of Valencia. It's so iconic and I never get tired of looking at it because the architecture is just absolutely breathtaking. I mean, look at that. I learned that the architecture is inspired by an eye. We chilled here for a little bit and then headed off to this cafe. Talk about how we got to Valencia, what's our biggest culture shock of coming to Spain, because some of us do live in Spain now. So it was super interesting, and I'm so happy that Hotspot City Tours invited me to go along today. Good morning! It's another day, another excursion. Today we are going to Montanejos, which is outside of Valencia. I think it's about 1 to 2 hours away. And we're going to Girlfriend Falls, might hike a little bit. I just know there's going to be gorgeous scenic views, and I can't wait to bring you guys along. This is one of those excursions that are perfect for if you're in Valencia for a little bit of a longer time and you want to get out of the city. This experience that I'm taking has everything included, so our transportation, we do have to pay about €7 for lunch, but they're gonna have that handled for us, which is really great. And I'm hoping to swim, get some more sun in, because hey, I've been in the sun the past 2 days and I can't get enough. And I think my tan is speaking for itself. Here at Montanejos, they also have a hot spring, and this is something I've been wanting to do since I moved here back in October. I've seen so many TikToks about it, so many people have talked to me about it and have recommended it, so I'm excited to see it for myself. Me and my friend are about to meet up at the Mestalla. It's currently 8 a.m. We have to meet up at like 8:45, and then we're gonna get all packed up and head over to Montanejos, so excited to bring you guys along. Ready for another day of adventure? Today we met up at the Mestalla Stadium, which I'd actually never been to before, and then had a 50-minute drive to Navajas. Here is where the Salto de la Novia waterfall is. This was a mini waterfall, so this isn't the main one, just wait. It was a very short hike. I did it in flip-flops, so it was nothing crazy, but this is where we ended up at the 60-meter tall waterfall. Alright, we're at Salto de la Novia, and we've learned the legend is that, what is it, before you get married, you have good luck and fertility and everything if you jump from one side to the other side of the river. That side is limestone, this side is sandstone, and there's the waterfall. It's super pretty, got some gorgeous views. Definitely helps beating the heat.
Our tour guide gave us about an hour to explore as much as we wanted to, so got some shots in front of the waterfall, and then we decided to go a bit closer up. I needed to soak it up because you really don't see this every day. Can you imagine finding this in a small little town near València, Spain? That is what I love about traveling the world. I feel like every single thing you experience and every single thing you see, you realize there's so much more in the world that you want to experience and see. There was definitely a path where we did not have to walk through the water, but we're just a bit adventurous, so we had to do that. And yeah, I made a little dragonfly friend. Once we made it to the other side, it brought a new perspective of the waterfall. I even saw a rainbow coming off the waterfall, but it just wouldn't show up on camera. I wish I could show you, but you're just gonna have to believe me. Then we found this little kitty on the other side of the river. It was actually so fun. We just walked all the way around. We were just chatting and got to explore a few different sites. We even had time to walk into the town. It was about a 5-minute walk to grab a cold bottle of water before we headed back to the bus and onto a 30-minute drive to Montanejos. Montanejos, that's it. We're at Montanejos and we see the springs. I'm so excited to swim. It's so hot, so I need to get in the water. I wonder how hot these hot springs are. Honorable mention to Miguel, our tour guide. He was so informative and he was also just so funny and nice, and we really enjoyed talking to him. Then it was time to swim in these hot springs, which they told us it's 25 degrees Celsius year round. Didn't really know what I was expecting, but I was expecting it to be warmer than it was. This is me telling you that I'm actually freezing. Again, with the title hot springs, I was thinking a bath, I was thinking jacuzzi, and it wasn't that. One thing I wish I did was bring water shoes. I was not prepared for that, and it definitely would have helped. This is what Vanuatu said it was gonna be. And I found it in Spain. That's crazy.
You're so cold.
It's like a little jungle.
Guys, I'm back from all 3 excursions. This was a crazy week, jam-packing all those things. I felt like I was on vacation, but I still had to live and work my real life here. But hey, if you know me, you know I'm always trying to look for an adventure, so no complaints here. Each one of those excursions were like all-day things, and even if they didn't last all day, they wore you out. Like, we did a lot. Whether it's being in the sun all day or just exploring around the city all day, or in the very last excursion, we went off to another place that's outside of Valencia. So needless to say, I came back exhausted every day, and I feel like I've only just recovered on my sleep because it is the next day now. I'm gonna leave all these excursions linked down below if you want to check them out at any point, and hopefully if you come visit Valencia, please shoot me a message. Comment down below if you've ever been to Valencia and you've ever done one of these things. I would love to know. Thank you so much to Airalo for sponsoring today's video. Remember, you can use the code Kristine3 for $3 off your first eSIM purchase on the Airalo app. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the Patreon if you want to see behind the scenes updates. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having the very best day. See you in the next video.